As you wanted to talk about Echofox, Azael.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
I mean, we can go on Echofox a little bit. Yeah, they did have the 1-in-1 week. They lost to Golden Guardians, who did play really well, but they got pretty blasted by Golden Guardians. That was the Aurelia game that FOXWIN was playing. The Team Liquid win is going to make people, I think, feel very good. But again, it's harder to know how indicative that is going to be of their success going forward. And I do think that Solo deserves a lot of credit for at least even creating a scenario in which they could win a team fight, because he was winning 1v2s or at least getting trade kills in a 1v3 scenario. Even, this was Impact with the counter pick, coming off of a fantastic MSI. Solo, beasted. Solo was so good this game.
50% of your team's damage gank.
I mean, that's a 1v9 game.
That's a 1v9
It was
game.
literally 47.7 or 8, something like that. Like actually half of a whole team's damage.
Yeah.
Colin, what do you think of National Burger Day?
What do you think of National Burger Day?
That's the holiday? Or?
What's something to say? I don't know. Millennials.
I've been playing with Colin ever since Clutch, so about a year, maybe almost 2 years now. I feel like the best way to describe him is he usually talks about stuff that you probably don't want to talk about or you shouldn't talk about, but it's in a good way, it's just, he just brings up things that it's unexpected, but it's always funny, it's lighthearted basically.
Who's gonna save Rick? Iron 4, 10 LP.
Oh, apparently it's
bottom 100 out of all the.
I got 2.
The worst 90
It's our job to teach him.
So how many of those people?
Do you think they're
It's
bots?
just a flawed system. What can I say?
I really hated playing with him in solo queue. It was by far the worst. I think we flamed each other a good bit and trolled each other. His personality is much different in real life compared to solo queue. And yeah, we got along really well just from the get-go.
Colin is really friendly and is really good person, in general, because he's good at the joke and he have a lot of energy from the outside and then all of the in general thing. So I really like that, and then everyone like that. The Colin. I think that is one of the Colin's strengths.
Throughout his career, everyone's always respected his mechanical ability. If you talk to any of the pros, and when they play against him in solo queue, they're like, oh, this guy's landing's really good. And so the key for him has been taking that and bringing it to a team. I think over time, and especially here on Echofox, he's been able to grow his leadership skills, his communication skills, and also maintain his talent and mechanical skill. That's really enabled him to perform at his highest peaks, and he'll still grow from that.
As a player, I think he kind of learned how to use his teammates a lot more. That's what I noticed the most, is that he got better at communicating and seeing what he needed and just working with everyone.
Colin's working day in and day out to improve his craft and improve his skill in the game and out of the game. He's always here at the office, whether it's playing solo queue, whether it's talking with his teammates about matchups. That just shows in his improvement is how much time he puts into himself and to get better.
There's actually a lot of talk around Colin being a top 5 top laner or better. And it's really good to see that his hard work that he's been putting in the off season and so far in our practice has been paying off really well for him.
For my birthday, that was a while ago. My parents gave me kind of a starter painting set, sort of. I mean, I've never really been a painter or even draw a lot, but I really enjoyed watching enjoyed painting episodes with Bob Ross, because I think it's very relaxing. It's just kind of enjoyable too. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how much I picked up on. My hands might be not so good at painting, but it's all up here, the vision.
If this is your first time with us, allow me to extend a personal invitation for you to drag out your paints and your brushes and paint along with us each show. Tell you what, let's start right off today and have them run all the colors across the screen that you need to paint along with us. While they're doing that, let me show you what I got done up here.
If I get my Echo Fox shirt dirty, can I get a new one?
Yeah, I'm sure you can. You ready?
That's how all Picasso's.
Are you excited? What are you doing? Do you know what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm about to get this blue. I'm about to make the sky.
Now we'll start just making little X's, just little crisscross strokes. That easy. That easy. And we'll work all the way across the canvas. Now, still water is always level. And I think today, let's have still water.
Hand cramps.
Is it hard?
It's only a little hard because you're just doing so much with such a small brush. It's getting good, I think.
You getting there?
It's gonna look great. How much improvement we made. We didn't know what we were doing, and now we barely know what we're doing.
It looks great.
Shoot, I think we got to finish painting here. Really hope you've enjoyed this and hope you'll join us for the rest of this television series. And from all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy painting and God bless, my friend.
Colin's been working really hard in the off-season, and we saw that pay off after our week 1 performance against TL, where he was able to pretty much solo carry the game. And going into our matches against TSM and C9, hopefully he'll be able to have a similar performance.
If we both get the XP for the war, or all 3 of us, what happens? 3 people, you still get level 2.
First one wave.
Yeah, but it can't be more than 3.
Really?
Yeah.
So who gets the kill?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, you mean for the gold? I'll get. We can like rock paper scissors. Not bombs. I have seniority or anything. All right, you got it. It's fine. I won't contest.
It is just about time here to kick off week number 2. See what these teams got cooking. We already got to see Echo Fox take down Team Liquid in quite an upset victory in week number 1. Not a lot of people expecting that one, and we'll see if they can pull out the second trick here and make it happen against Cloud9.
Going into our Saturday match against C9, we knew it was pretty likely that they would play Sonatar, so we had been practicing some counter picks against it in scrims, and Vigar was something that had been working really well for us, and it kind of allows us to really pick them off and abuse them in lane.
When is our next stun?
It's up now. We can learn once more. I can try to ulti first.
Walking around inside, you can see now walking into the Sunspence guarantee for the counter this time around.
There comes your explosive cast, but you're not gonna counter that. Snaky sent home with a black and white screen.
I think it was us just not forcing fights properly. Like we had Gragas Vagar, so it's really easy to get free stuns. You just throw the cage and ulti. We weren't proactive enough to actually get the engages, even though we had like the vision control or like the setup.
Cloud9 walking over the control ward. Echo Fox has found their opportunity. Zazel now taking a little bit of damage. Echo Fox trying to disengage. They don't want anything else to do with this. Cloud9 going forward, Cataclysm into Palm Blossom, and Echo Fox is annihilated. Niski grabs a kill on the support, a double onto the mid laner, and with 3 dead on Echo Fox, it's a Cloud9 Baron. It's so hard to do anything to these Cloud9 health bars. Yusui wants to go in, but the Emperor's Divide will keep Echo Fox away. It's a shutdown over for Licorice. They've lost the bottom lane, they've lost the mid lane, and they've lost the Nexus. Cloud9 takes down Echo Fox.
They did a okay job or a good job of like stopping us from snowballing, but I think it was just a lot of hesitation on our part that really kind of kept us from opening up that game. Not only like just in laning phase, but also in team fights, like not just pulling the trigger and, you know, trying to engage on them first.
In general, I feel like our team just isn't proactive at the moment. We're not really taking the steps that we need to make sure we're in the right place at the right time, or we have the right setup at the right time, or we have a game plan that we're executing towards. And that's something that we uncharacteristically haven't really done on stage. Like in practice, we do it pretty consistently. We like aren't afraid of taking 2v2s, or like we're always confident in like which side of the matchup we win. And for some reason on stage, that's just not really clicking. So we're coming into this week with a really hard focus on bringing our practice to stage and being able to feel comfortable executing on these things that we do so easily in practice.
Give him a good pose. Make him proud. Like, make him look good right now. Like, have something
Welcome back to the LCS for Echo Fox versus TSM. Both teams, again, have had pretty rough starts the opening weeks here in the LCS, but they can only be won today as Fox and TSM will do battle.
Even though there's no kill in this play, well, maybe not.
Final top to pop, but Lucian already getting low. Rush gonna dive in there. Oh, over the wall, still follows, but the spell maybe enough to keep him alive. Rush, he's gonna get himself first blood, but lost over the top already. Burnt both sums to try and get the next kill.
In the TSM match, they had Zillion and Yumi. It's kind of similar to when you're playing Cinematography, which is very support heavy, you know, kind of accelerating your jungler and AD carry. The game started off kind of even. We got some good advantages through flashes.
Ooh, here we go though.
Right into the river. Going in, he just finished his Triforce. There's a lot of chapter. Gonna lock down a Rush, and then going back in. Greg with a re-engage. Pops you on Sword of Shadows. Hako into stasis. Broken Blade. Wants to pop the ulti as well, but Solo with a massive flank. Rumble Orders lost. Is gonna make his way into the backside flank as well. Broken Blade, Yasui trying to go up there on the bottom side. A Smoothie tells Fordo, losing Yasui. Continuing to get resets. He just needs one more. He will reset now. And now Sven, the only one left. Has to dodge a Harpoon, but what a flash from Solo as Fox collect the ace.
Solo is a monster for Echo Fox.
One of the good things we can bring out from that match is that we actually team fought really well, especially Solo with his Rumble ultis just were really on point that game, and they really enabled us to win that fight at Baron and then get Baron. How we had to play it out was very difficult, and like once the game extended further, it was in favor of TSM the later the game went.
Bjergsen with attached Smoothie and Broken Blade behind him. Hardcore though gonna find the first catch. Echo Fox need to turn around and try and find the fight. Rush doesn't have his ulti back off just yet. The Baron also low. Solo gonna try and finish it off, but Yasui over the top is gonna get caught and cut down by the bomb. And then Broken Blade gonna shut down. They managed to get the Baron, but now they gotta get out of there. Hakuo is gonna run, but Lost gets blown up by the Zillion. There's the final chapter out of Yumi to take down Hakuo as well. Retreat right now for Echo Fox's Sven. He's just so aggressive. He's got a GA, he's got a Yumi, he's got a Zillion, he's got a double kill, he's got a triple kill, he's gonna resurrect, and is gonna have a shot at the Penta. Solo. Gonna be forced back to the fountain. Sven tanking tower aggro. Broken Blade burning down again. Resurrect there, but that's gonna be 2 dead. TSM find the resurrects, they find the ace, and they'll take down the Nexus turrets as well. A really thrilling game here between the two sides, but it's TSM that come out on top.
Sucks to suck.
Yep. We kept getting, we get the first kill and then we would just overcommit those fights really hard.
I just feel like you couldn't actually kill more than one person. You know?
Yeah.
Especially when they had Ocean, it's just like, they could just...
It was triple
the fight
Ocean.
gets reset, the fight gets reset, like, they just run us down, and they kind of push them out.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just early game stuff, to be honest. I don't know.
The thing about Solo is he's always had a drive to be the best and to be the best in his position. You see it every single day in practice when he gets frustrated with himself when he's not performing well, and when he gets frustrated with the team when we're not executing on something that we make the same mistake with over and over again. A lot of people can perceive this as he's not a good teammate or he's like struggling to deal with his own like frustrations, but in the end of the day, after every game he always talks through it with everyone and he always expresses his opinion, and then we always talk through a solution, and then he's like actually a really great teammate outside of the game as well.
I just don't want to be a situation like where every time something goes wrong, it's like, well, we didn't say exactly like to the letter what you should do. Like, I think we already talk more than we probably need to. Like, I think we use comms are like already so cluttered. I think like if we just played and just like big pictured stuff, I think people could play a little bit more freely, right? So I just want there to be like more agency and action and accountability for like when that's not happening, you know? I think that's what we should be like pointing out.
That's right.
It's like, hey, you need to do this, this is your job in this situation. Not like I should tell him exactly what his job is. Like that doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
I just like my thought behind, because like obviously I agree with you, but like if we don't have the confidence to like act out that play, then we need to like be more specific on how to execute it, right? Because if
I
we're
really
not
just get
confident on
to the point
executing,
about why we're not
No, like
confident.
if we know we're stronger, we should just be confident that if we engage, we'll win the fight. Like most of the fights we took, it's like we would talk about how we're gonna fight, and then we'd throw it on cage and then just run away.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, I agree. I want to fix that too.
Yeah.
Well, no,
I would just rather
more
us,
confidence.
that's not
everyone just be
communication
like
issue, though.
ready to go.
Like we should be willing to just like flash in and fight if we're stronger.
Yeah. I don't think I'm ever gonna be in a situation where if someone like flash engages, I'm gonna be like, oh, you should have said that you were about to flash engage. You know? It's just like everyone is good here. Like everyone can react to what's happening. I think if we just play more on instinct and play less about like we need to say exactly what we need to do before we do it, then I think games will be easier and I think we'll play more smoothly.
Okay, we gotta go.
Yeah, sure.
He just really wants to win and he really wants to improve, and he's not satisfied with being ranked as like the 9th best top laner in the league, right? Like this is someone who is pushing himself constantly.
And people keep on telling me I'm playing well, but I feel like I've played just as well as this since I've been in LCS, but it's just harder to give credit, I guess, at certain times. I thought I would care more if people saying good things about me, but like, I don't know. I would rather just win games than getting like a bunch of praise. It feels kind of stupid to be like, oh yeah, you're doing well, but you're 1-3, right? So I would rather win all my games and no one really care if I'm doing well than just be like the best guy on a losing team, so.
I mean, just as a teammate, right? Like, I obviously thought he was like a really good player in the beginning, and that's why I'm still playing with him, you know? And Colin has always been really good, and I'm sure he's gotten better as well, right? Like, just like everyone else on this team. But yeah, I'm just glad, I guess, people are recognizing it.
I'm incredibly happy to see Colin's success come to fruition and to see people see him in a new light. It just makes me really happy as a coach to see that like this player that I've been working with and struggling with through this whole year together, the things that we've gone through and the things that we continue to go through, and he's improving and his image is improving. I really love working with Colin. I think he's hardworking and he's really dedicated, and at the end of the day, we all want the same thing, and he knows that. And so I'm just super excited to see that everyone else is seeing what I see in Colin.